Today's show is pre-recorded.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like a dapper dawn, giving them all dressed like $1 million bucks, things in its cups. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Yeah, out there listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Why don't you join me? Yeah. Steve Harvey, get on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Yeah, you join in with me. Come with me, help me say. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Yeah, turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. So y'all can get it on. Turn it up. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Yeah. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Turn them up, got to turn them up. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them up. Steve Harvey turn them on in the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You're listening to The Voice. Come on. Dig me now. One and only. Steve Harvey got a radio show. Steve Harvey got a radio show. Sometimes when I chuckle like that, it reminds me of my oldest brother that passed away. He used to laugh like that. It's kind of funny how genes get passed down through the line. I don't know why I told y'all that, just so to share it with you, that's all. As always, I always kind of ask God to help me, you know. And I had gotten off track a little bit because one of the principles of success I want to share with you all today is the law of attraction. And that is a very, very serious principle. It cannot be ignored. The law of attraction, and I'm not going to be able to explain it to you as well as the book Secrets can, or as well as some people. I can only articulate it to you the way that I see it. The law of attraction is very, very real. The law of attraction is a principle of success. It is something that everyone has to adhere to. Now, whether you know the law of attraction or not, it does not make it not exist for you. This is the case where ignorance is not the excuse. The fact that no one told it to you, there is no pass for this one. The fact that you never heard it before, it does not allow you to do it any other way. So let me see if I can put it to you best I can, the law of attraction. The law of attraction, to put it real simple, is the thing that you focus on, the thing that you talk about, the thing that you think of is the thing that you draw to you. It's what you attract to you. That's basically the law of attraction. The thing that you talk about, the thing that you think about, the thing that you focus on, whatever it is, that is what you attract. The law of attraction does not differentiate from positive and negative. It only does what it does. What I am saying is this. In the law of attraction, no matter what you think of, no matter what occupies your time, no matter what you say, or no matter what the focus is, positive or negative, the law of attraction knows neither one. It just attracts it. So let's use some examples here. Best example I always use is me. That way I ain't got to figure out nothing. I can just tell you my side of it. I was in a lot of debt one time in my life. This is before any of you knew me. So you can understand, in case you're not I don't want you to think that this conversation is about your income level, because it's not. It doesn't matter what income level you are. The law of attraction works in all aspects: money, family, relationships, job, career, love. It just works that way. Okay, here's the deal. I kept saying, man, this debt is killing me. I got to get out. That's what I thought was a good goal, to get out of debt. But what I kept saying was, I kept talking about debt. And you know what it kept doing? It kept attracting debt to me. So guess what? So I could get out. That's all. Is that crazy? That is an amazing law to understand. What turned it around for me was I started claiming a life of abundance. God, I am seeking a life of abundance. I want to have more than enough. I want to be able to help other people. I just want to have a law of attraction so that I'll be able to provide my family the lifestyle that I want to provide them. I want, Heavenly Father, to be able to be an example of your goodness and your grace in my life. That is what I started saying. And guess what? That's what I started attracting. I'm going to have a great relationship with my children. I'm going to be the father that I always wanted to be. I'm going to be a good father. I'm going to be a good husband now. I am going to do the right things. I am going to be the type of example that my sons can look no further and go, I can be like my dad. I want to be able to be a place, a beacon of light and hope for my daughters to come to. That's what I started saying. That's what I started attracting to my life. The law of attraction does not care if you want it to be positive or negative. The law of attraction just attracts whatever it is you focus on, what you think about, the words that come out your mouth. You cannot overlook this principle of success and expect to make it because of the fact that you've never heard of the law of attraction, because of the fact that you don't know how it really operates. It does not make it not exist in your day. You can start today attracting the right things to your life by changing what you say, what you think, what you focus on. Change the focus, change the thought, change the words that come out your mouth, and guess what? You change what you attract to yourself. You have got to ask yourself, why is it, man? Man, let me tell you something. Somebody said to Bishop Jakes one time, they said, man, everything you touch turns to gold. He said, no, I just don't touch everything. Man, is this crazy? Come on, man. He has a focus. He has a focus. See, he ain't just everywhere. Bring me any idea. Let me try that. No, man. He has a focus. He has a law of attraction that's working where he's attracting things to his life that's positive. That he can, now that's not to say Bishop Jakes don't have problems, because we talk often, and man, he have them. Oh, please understand. And he's not trying to attract the problems, but what he will attract is the proper solution for the problem. And ain't that all you need sometimes? God did not say that it would be easy. He just said he would be with you. And if God is with you, who can be against you? God will make your enemies your footstool. God is powerful, man. His word is true. He do what he say he gonna do. Now, all we got to do is do some of what we say, because we ain't going to do everything. Just do some of what we say. Okay, here's the deal. God is going to do everything he say he going to do. You and I just got to do some of the stuff we say we're going to do, because he already know we ain't going to do all of it. He clear on that. He clear on that. All right, thank you.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are again. Welcome, 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 one and all. There's the Steve Harvey Morning Show. I changed my voice in the middle of it. I didn't start this way, but I decided to be this way. It's the Steve Harvey Morning Show, y'all. Turn your radio up and call your mom and them. Tell them it's about to go down. Yeah, I switch. I do that, Shirley, off and on.
Okay.
Off and on. Off and on. We all dealing with everything. You ain't the only one. Welcome to the ride. Shirley Strawberry.
Hey, good morning, Steve. Just thankful and grateful. Thankful and
All
grateful.
day. Carla Farrell.
Highly blessed and favored. Good morning, crew.
2,995th wonder of the world. That doggone Junior, that damn boy, Spates.
Morning, everybody. Morning, crew. Morning, Bread making a comeback at my house.
Bread making a comeback. And the food, king of pranks, Nephew Tommy.
Still in this house.
Man.
Did y'all see that little baby on social media that was screaming? Said, I hate this house. I need to get out this house.
I need out.
That little baby. You saw it, Junior? She said,
Yeah. I hate this house.
It's wearing them out, boy.
Oh, man. Yeah, man.
You know, I love being at home. I love being in my house.
I do too.
I
I
really
like
do.
it, but
yeah.
It's the fact that you can't
But
go
the only
anywhere.
reason that I even think about it is because we can't go out.
Right,
But
right.
yeah,
you know what I did
otherwise-
today, though? You know what I did yesterday?
What?
Got dressed, woo-hoo, drove to the mailbox. You hear me? Oh, man, let me tell you something. I went somewhere. Went to the mailbox,
Funny.
baby.
You drove to the. I love it.
I've gone absolutely nowhere.
There's nowhere to go.
And have nowhere to go. Because all I do is work. So they ain't no work. So where I'm going?
Yeah.
You know, thank God they got this radio set up this way. Lord have mercy.
Ain't it a blessing?
And a lot of us.
Yes.
Yeah, and a lot of us ask for time off and vacation and, and stuff like that. So spending more time with the family and things like that. So here's your opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it
Under
just don't have
unfortunate
no end to it.
circumstances.
It just don't have no end to it right now. Ain't no
You
ending.
need an end date.
I need an
Yeah,
end. I need
I
to be
sure
looking
need one.
forward to something.
well, Tommy, the national quarantine is April 30th.
I think they didn't.
That's the stay-at-home policy and everything.
They talking about
So
moving
far
it
you
further
have that
back.
date to look forward to. Just look forward to that day. Everybody pray for that day, and let's see if that could be the day.
Okay.
And if it's
on
not, they'll
that.
give you a new date to look forward to.
Yes.
We'll
Yeah,
pray
it's gonna
on
be a
it.
new date.
Can't
Well,
go
we
to church
keep
and
pushing
pray.
it back, pushing it back.
All right. Today is Wednesday. Coming up at 32 minutes after the hour, guess who's going to pay us a visit? Sister Odell will be in the building right after this. Yes.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, it is Wednesday, so it's time for something funny. And guess what? Sister Odell is here. Oh, there she is.
Oh, here she come.
Ooh, she loud.
From the back of the room.
She don't care. Yeah. She do not care.
She does what she wants to do.
Back up!
Oh, yeah, social distancing.
Social distance.
Come
6
over
feet.
here if you want to now.
6 feet.
You know, you don't know. You don't know. And I'm full of prior conditions. Hello, good morning, everyone.
Okay.
Good morning, Sister Odell.
Girl, I
Good
got
morning,
so
Sister
many
Odell.
prior conditions. You don't come on, don't come breathing over here. Don't lean on me. Don't touch me. Don't try to hug me. Don't help me.
Oh, you don't even want help. Well,
Get your hands up. Get. Did you
Well,
hear me?
Welcome, Sister Odell.
Get your black ass.
Oh,
Sister Odell, we're on the air.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I don't know why this fool ain't listening to social distancing.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're practicing it, though, Sister Odell.
Oh, I'm practicing. I'm it. I like it. That'll leave this in permanent. Got nothing to do with her tucking neighbor. I don't know the neighbor. If you didn't ride in the van with me, I don't know you.
In the van, the church van.
I don't know the
Pearl been
neighbor.
riding in the van together for years. If you knew and get in the van, we need to check you out.
Yes, ma'am. I know that's right.
I know.
Tired of this here going
She
down
right
to the
now.
grocery store and everything with the corona. You know, you sitting in here and people got on masks and stuff.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I think, you know how I treat everybody?
How?
Huh.
Like you got it.
How you do that?
Well, yeah. That's kind of what they say.
She
As
like
far as
what?
I'm concerned, you got it.
You're right, actually, Sister Odell.
And the reaction I'm going to give is that of a person who ain't got it and don't want it.
Well, Sister Odell, I have to ask you, since you brought that up, have you ever been quarantined, like with one of your husbands for a period of time?
Girl, we was quarantined one time, me and, woof.
Who?
Which
and
one
who?
you want to know about?
11,
one.
12, 1, 2.
Me and Satcher got quarantined one time. Satcher Page. Negro League.
Negro
We got
League.
quarantined one time because we was hiding black criminals from white police officers at the house.
Oh.
And so we couldn't go out or nothing, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I remember that time. And then we got quarantined. I got quarantined one time with Ralph Abernathy's daddy,
Okay.
What was his name?
Who was his daddy?
Jack Nabbit.
Jack
Jack Abernathy. And me and him were quarantined together one time. We was writing a speech for Frederick Douglass.
I knew it.
We were going to get a speech on the steps.
How did
Yeah,
that work out?
I've been through it several times. You know, it ain't never bothered me, you know.
Okay. All right. What are you doing while you're at home? A lot of people are watching The Tiger King. Have you had a chance to check out The Tiger King
Girl,
on
I saw
Netflix?
that foolishness. This
haven't
fool out
seen it,
watching the
Sister
Tiger
Odell.
King. Girl, how you ain't seen it?
I know.
I just haven't. Tell me about it.
This fool ugly ass man got two ugly ass husbands. It ain't a cute man in that bunch. One of them skinny, one of them ain't got no teeth, and the other one look like he don't even want to be here. Well, he ain't here no more. Hell, he went on and got out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Girl, I ain't never seen nothing like this. And it's just, you know, it ain't a black person in it.
No, it's not.
Not in the regulars, you know, 'cause we ain't fooling with no tigers.
Exotic animals.
Yeah.
Now, you know, it ain't exotic. Them is tigers.
Right.
And Liger. What about the Liger? Did you see that one?
You know, I misunderstood him when he said that. I thought we was going to have to end this thing right here. I started to get some people to load up the church van and drive down there. Oh, no, you didn't call us that day. And then one of my friends heard it better because she got a new bell tone.
Oh.
She said, calm down. He said, Liger. Oh, okay.
You was ready.
That
You was
bell
ready.
tone work, don't it?
Heading on down there. I'm going to get one of them bell tones because I can't tell you how many people ass I done whooped because I misunderstood.
Did you
But that
like?
tiger, it's so much on the Tiger King.
Yes, ma'am.
You got the Tiger
Yes, it
King,
is.
got two husbands. You got the other fat man that got 5 women in there. Don't none of them look like they belong to him. Then you got the rich man that disappeared. Did I tell you? The white woman killed him.
Oh, you think so?
Girl.
What's her name? Carol Baskin?
What does she keep laughing for? Every time they ask him about it's so silly. See, white folks laugh when they kill people.
Sister Odell.
They always laugh. That's how you know they did it. They just be chuckling. Hey, everything funny to them. You ain't never seen a black person on trial for murder laughing. Better not grin. Ass is gone anyway, you know.
Well, yeah. Joe Exotic did say that she killed her husband and fed him to the tigers. He did say.
I don't know if she did all that, but she killed a man somewhere. He ain't there. He ain't one of them planes, and he wasn't down in Costa Rica. So where he at?
Yeah.
She got a point.
Where he at? He can't. You got $1 million. What you disappointed for? Now, after looking at her, I'd have disappeared. But, you know.
You just saying.
I'm just saying. He might be somewhere down in Costa Rica, one of them pretty Costa Rica women.
Oh, Sister Odell, time is up. Man, we never have enough time with you.
That's because y'all put me on the first break. It's the shortest.
No, it ain't.
It is. It's the shortest break we got.
Well, you want to tell people what's coming up next, though, Sister Odell?
Well, as Tommy's coming on with a prank that you already heard.
It's called Run That Prank Back, Sister
Can
Odell.
I ask you a question? Why don't me and Tommy switch times? Because because he got the good prank come on later on, the new one, the fresh one. That's the one I be waiting on. I want the fresh one. Because I hear the one yesterday, just hearing it twice. I be saying along with it. I be cussing when they cuss, everything.
All right, Run That Prank Back with the nephew coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour in entertainment news, we're going to talk a little bit more about the Tiger King. His producers are responding to the criticism, the star's criticism. And CNN's, this is really sad news, CNN's Chris Cuomo has tested positive for COVID-19. Well, yeah, we'll tell you more at the top of the hour.
He's a good dude, too, man. I like him a lot. He's going to be all right. He's healthy. He's strong.
Yeah, he's working.
Yeah,
He in shape.
let's get after it.
Yeah.
But right now, it is time to run that prank back on this April Fool's Day, nephew. What you got for us?
Dr. Petrie. That's the name of it. Dr. Petrie. Let's go, Cat.
Hello,
I'm trying to reach Dr. Petrie, please.
this is Dr. Petrie.
Dr. Petrie, my name is Jared, and I was hoping you could help me out with a problem that I have.
Okay, hello, Jared. I would love to help you out with a problem. Unfortunately, though,
You Dr. Petrie, right?
I am, but this is my personal number. How did you get this number?
Somebody gave me this number so I could call you and try to get some counseling from you because I'm really in a bad situation right now.
Okay, I can recognize that you're in a bad situation, but how did you get my number? This is my personal line. Who gave you my number?
You the doctor? You're the counselor that help people with situations and problems and stuff, right?
Yes, I am, Jared. What can I do for you, Jared?
I got a problem that it seems like I'm just, I've been married to my wife for 6 years.
Okay, wait, Jared. Now this, what you're about to get into, you want to go into a counseling session, and so in order to do that, I do that through making an appointment.
I understand all of that, but you don't understand. What I'm trying to tell you is that I got a situation, and I know it's gonna happen again tonight. Because it's been happening all the time. I just need some. If you could just give me a little bit of help, and then I'll come in next week. But I just need you to tell me how to handle my problem, and then I'll come in next week. I need this bad right now.
Jared, I need you to focus. Okay, I don't do this over the phone. However, it sounds to me like you really need.
I need you. Can you be there for me just for a second?
Yes, I'm here right now.
I apologize for calling you and disrupting your weekend, but can you help me out?
Excuse me. Tell him I'll call him back. I don't know what's going on.
Hello?
Tell him I'll call him back.
Hello?
I'm here, Jared. I'm here.
Is it Dr. Petrie?
I'm here. Tell me what's going on, Jared. I'm here to listen to you.
Okay, listen. I've been married to my wife for like 6 years now.
Okay.
And I don't know what it is, but whenever we intimate, I get scared. And I go into the closet, and I got a TV in there, and I watch old TV shows because I'm scared. I'm scared of the intimacy between me and her.
Okay, Jared, this sounds like a particular case. It's different from anything that I've experienced thus far, and I want to make sure that I address your concern.
Now we up in the big league, getting out, turn it back.
What?
Long as we live, you and me, baby.
Jared.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, because we're moving on up.
Oh, okay, Jared, focus. You called me, and you need me to help you.
I'll be going through it. It be bothering me.
Okay, Jared, what I need to do is I need to make sure
1,
that
2,
whatever...
3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're going to rock around the clock tonight. When the clock right 2, 3, and 4, when the band goes tonight.
Breathe, Jared, breathe. Oh, my. How did you get my number? How did you get my personal number?
They gave me your number and said you would be the one that would take care of me.
Figure out what is really going on.
Hello?
I'm here. Okay, let's take a different
And you knew where you were then. Girls were girls and men were men. Wishing we could use a man like Herbert Huber again.
Pull yourself together. I want to help you. I want to help you, and I want to help your situation. I want to help you with your wife. But you called me, and if you're looking for a lifeline, for an anchor, I'm trying to be that.
I need you to help me. I need you to help me with my wife, because I know my wife is going to leave me if I don't quit doing this. Here's the story of a lovely lady.
Oh, Jared. Oh,
bringing up three very lovely girls.
Jared, my technique is a little bit different. It may be a little unorthodox.
If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost. The minnow.
Okay, look here.
I need you to help me.
I need to get you into my office. I need to schedule an appointment with you. You need to erase my personal number from your cell phone because this is not how I operate.
Everybody knows your name.
Jared, focus, Jared, focus. There's a lot more going on here. For one, you're making
up fun now with me and all the gang, learning from each other while we do our thing. Gonna have a good time. Hey.
You know what, Jared? My patience is fed up. I have no more patience with you. Now, I need you to stay focused and get it together.
What?
Why did you call me? How did you get my number?
Why are you hollering at me? Why? You're supposed to be the doctor.
I am a doctor. Don't question my credentials, young man. You called me. I want to help you, but this has gone on too far.
Tommy gave me your number.
Tommy who?
Steve, you know Steve, don't you?
Now, look, I want to help you, but you are not allowing me to do so. So who is Tommy? Who is Stephen? And how did you get my number?
Stephen is on the radio.
I don't know a Stephen on the... Stephen on the radio? As in Steve Harvey on the radio? Oh, as in Tommy, Nephew Tommy?
Dr. Petrie, you have been pranked.
Oh, no, you didn't go. Oh, my God. Are you
Do you have a colleague named Charles?
You know what? I'm going to kill. Oh, Lord, I can't believe Charlie did this to me. Oh, my God. Do you know how much time I got?
God.
You got me flustered. I was recording you. I hope you know that.
I got to ask you something, though. What is the baddest, and I mean the baddest radio show in the land?
The Steve Harvey Morning Show, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Here's a story of a lovely lady.
So silly, you play too much.
Well, she was mad at you.
Yeah, sit right back and you hear a tale of a favorite ship. Oh, man.
Love that Brady Bunch, though.
Where everybody knows your name. Come on, boy. That was perfect right there. Cheers was perfect. Oh, nothing beat good times in the Jeffersons as far as I'm concerned. Oh, nothing beat
Good times. That's what Junior's been watching while he's been
I've been watching them.
self-isolating.
You watching some of them for the first time.
Was the hottest theme song to me. Now we're up in the big league.
Of course.
Got my turn at bat.
Why you singing it so hard?
Because that was my jam, man. I sang that because I wanted me a series of cleaners or anything.
All right, coming up at the top of the hour, we'll have some entertainment and national news for you right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at 20 minutes after the hour, today is Census Day, ladies and gentlemen, and our special guest will be Mr. Michael Cook. He is the Chief of Public Information at the Census Bureau. Today, we're going to make sure our community is counted. That's what today is all about, okay?
It's for people with sense, right?
Yeah, so why are you talking?
That's exactly
why
right,
are you
Tom.
talking?
Surely.
Why are you talking right now?
Do you have to destroy every serious moment on this show?
Did I destroy it? What did
Is it your goal to just
exhibit just how stupid
You can't help
a
it.
person can be.
Steve, he's just being himself.
Yes, that is my goal. What?
And completely
And proud of it,
unapologetic about it.
He's proud
You want me to
of it.
apologize for asking? Is census about people who need to have some sense? You want
So
me to apologize?
now obviously it's not, because you got in the conversation.
Okay. All right. I'm going to be quiet. Don't let the census people do the census stuff.
We want you to be counted, yeah. All right, time for some entertainment news.
Have your children count you.
It's supposed to be the other way
Wow.
around, Steve.
Have your
Damn
children
that.
count you.
Damn that.
He's supposed
They
to
getting
count his kids.
homeschooled. They got their good education now. Let Sydney and them do the.
You don't
All
get
right.
on the phone at all.
Let's talk about the Tiger King, Netflix's latest documentary. We've all seen it, with the exception of you, I think, nephew.
I gotta see it.
Yeah, you got to check it out. It exposes a world of some of the biggest exotic wild animal collectors in the U.S., and it tells a story of a rivalry between Joe Exotic, who's the star of the show, and Carol Baskin. Apparently, Carol wasn't happy about how she was depicted in the show. She's the owner of Big Cat Rescue. She slammed the production and called it salacious and sensational. She claims that the documentary was pitched to her as a big cast version of Blackfish, the documentary that exposed abuse at SeaWorld. But according to co-producer Eric Good, Carol talked about her personal life, her childhood, abuse from her first husband and her second husband, the disappearance of her ex, Don Lewis. She knew that this was not just about a blackfish
All of
because... Go ahead,
All of
Steve.
that is like Blackfish.
Yeah.
All of that. Abuse, that's what they do to them whales. Husbands coming up missing. That's what happens when you take a whale out the wild. Somebody husband, somebody daddy gone. The whole thing was like Blackfish. I enjoyed it. I thought it was thoroughly entertaining.
It was great.
It was.
And like I say,
Great
reason
TV.
you have to watch it is because, listen to me,
Come on,
if
sell
you
it.
think something is wrong with you, after you watch this, you're going to be all right.
Right.
Good.
You gonna be
like that.
all right.
Yeah.
Because
Not so bad.
I don't care how your life going. By the end of the third episode, you can go, well, at least it ain't that.
Yeah.
Agreed.
She might be
You
mad about
see
it.
these two dudes, these three dudes that got married.
To each
When,
other.
when
yeah.
you see this setup, it's gonna throw you a little bit because ain't none of them.
Cute.
And
No,
then
he said ain't a
after
handsome man in the whole
that,
picture.
Yeah.
it-
That's what he said.
man,
That's exactly what he's saying.
He said, man.
man, I was
Yeah.
just struggling with this whole thing, man.
Meanwhile, Joe Exotic, the star of the show, is thrilled that he's famous.
He's shining.
Yes. He,
Out here hurting them.
he wants this fame. He loves the fact, because that's what they said in the show. He always wanted to be famous. All right, Steve, time now to get caught up on today's news headlines.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Ann Tripp.
Thank you, everybody. This is Ann Tripp with the news. Let me give it to you. President Trump says he is extending his social distancing guidelines for the next 30 days now to stem the flow of the coronavirus, finally kind of coming in line with what the doctors and health officials have been trying to tell him. Trump's no touch, no closeness extension comes as the U.S. death toll now stands at over 3,700 people. 3,700 people have died. More than 181,000 people have positive infections. A tornado, by the way, touched down in Alabama yesterday, ripping up about 15 homes and scattered damage. They thought it might be worse because so many people are home and not at work, but they said not a lot of damage was done. Health officials, meanwhile, saying that New York could be facing its highest number of coronavirus cases thus far in between the next 7 to 21 days. So now Governor Cuomo says he's tired of always having to play a game of catch-up as he tries to battle the virus. He's asking for more federal help now. Help he says he's going to need to have at the ready.
We are planning now for the battle at the top of the mountain. That's what we are doing. Get a staffing plan ready now. Equipment stockpile now. We're gathering equipment that we don't need today because today is not the day of the battle.
And Cuomo shared some personal information yesterday that demonstrates his point. His brother, CNN anchor Chris Cuomo, now has tested positive for the virus.
Everyone is subject to this virus. It is the great equalizer. I don't care how smart, how rich, how powerful you think you are, how young, how old. This virus is the great equalizer.
Cuomo says he's confident, though, that his brother will recover. Chris Cuomo says that Americans can defeat COVID-19 by being smart, tough, and united. Louisiana's Governor John Bel Edwards says he's extending his stay-at-home order through the end of April because his state's coronavirus infection rate shows no signs of slowing at all. Governor Edwards says that there are now more than 5,000 COVID-19 cases in Louisiana. At least 239 people have died.
Numbers like we're reporting today keep us on a very steep trajectory in terms of our case growth, and we know that that puts us firmly on a path to exceeding our capacity to deliver health care.
In fact, Governor Edwards says his state faces a shortage of, for instance, ventilators by this weekend. The Detroit Auto Show has been canceled. That venue turned into a giant makeshift hospital there. Meanwhile, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says legislators have begun getting proposals together for the next coronavirus relief bill. And very appropriately, that's right, the top of the Empire State Building in New York, lit up in red lights to represent and honor emergency lights used on vehicles of cops, firefighters, and other responders. Very appropriate. Now back to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Today is a National Census Day, and we've talked about how important it is, especially for our community, to be counted in the 2020 census. So we have somebody here today that's going to give you a lot more insight on why the census is so important. We've invited the Chief of Public Information Office at the United States Census Bureau to join us. He's got a lot of great information to share with us about this year's census, and we had him on the show 10 years ago,
Yes.
to be exact. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the show Mr. Michael Cook.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Couldn't be better. You know, it's Census Day. It's a time to celebrate, time to reference the fact that the once every 10-year count is here. We just want people to know why it's important and what all the benefits are from responding to the census so that they are not missed.
Well, this is important because I want everybody in our listeners or the audience to understand how important taking the census is. It's important because for the first time ever, we have an option to respond online or by phone. So tell us more about Census Day.
This day, Census Day, it's the reference day for the 2020 census. We use this day to determine who should be counted and where you should be counted in the 2020 census. So we're asking everyone to go to 2020census.gov and to respond. We have sent invitation mailers in the mail across the country to invite people to log on, to fill it out the form online. They can also call or they can mail a questionnaire back if they prefer not to go online to fill it out. So on this day and any day going forward until you can finish and respond to the 2020 census, you should think about your household on April 1st and fill out the questionnaire representing everybody who's in the house. So it's not just the people that are related to you, but everybody that resides there. So if you have a cousin, an uncle, someone that's a roommate, they should be counted on the form. And please count the young children because they are historically undercounted on the census.
How long do they have to respond to this survey?
From now until August 14th, they can respond. As of right now, more than 50 million households have responded to the 2020 census. So 34.7% of the households across the nation have stood up, have been counted, they have responded, and we need everyone to respond. Given the current situation with COVID-19, we are practicing social distance just like everyone else. And so if you respond online, if you respond by phone, or if you mail back your questionnaire, you can do all of that without having to come in contact with the census taker.
Census.gov. Everybody go online and fill it out. We are going to be more counted than ever before. And we'll be right back, and we're going to talk about why right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, we're back, everybody. We have our special guest today from the Public Information Office at the United States Census Bureau. His name is Mr. Michael Cook. He's back with us again, and we're talking about it because today is Census Day, and for the first time we have an option to respond online or by phone. Now, all you got to do right now while we're sitting at home doing nothing and call everybody to get them to complete the form, because I'm going to tell you why it's so important in just a second. But go to 2020census.gov, 2020census.gov, just 2020census.gov, and apply it and fill it out today. Now, Michael Cook, let me ask you this, man. Why is it important, especially in our communities, to fill out this census form?
It's important for two reasons. It actually comes down to power, and it comes down to money. It's important to your community, and your response matters because getting an accurate count results in representation in the House of Representatives, and it informs how legislative districts and boundaries are then drawn. Voting districts are drawn, school districts are drawn, so it's about representation, it's about power. But there are intrinsic benefits that stick to your community for the next 10 years by an accurate and complete count. There are hundreds of billions of dollars in federal, state, and local funds that are spent in our communities each year, including funding for local hospitals, emergency services, where they put bus routes, where businesses are developed. So all of the decisions that come down to the local level that benefit your life and impact your life are based on an accurate and complete count. So if you are missed, your community misses out on those benefits. Billions of dollars spent at the local level every year for the next 10 years.
Yeah. See, folks, I want you to understand how important that is for us. When we complain about the lack of facilities, the lack of resources, the lack of hospitals, schools, the monies that's put into the schools, the roads, the busing systems, whether businesses would even bother to come here, why there are no jobs, grocery stores, stuff like this. They can always use the fact that, well, there's only X amount of people here, and based on the percentage of people, we only should give X amount of funds for that area. Well, now we've hurt ourselves. The Census Bureau is not ISIS. They are not coming to pick you up and take you away. They have to count all the people in the house for districting, for power, for voting, for school districts, for where first responders, how many we get there, what fire stations, how many ambulance services, all of this, man. This is what we're lacking and hurting in our neighborhood.
Mr. Cook, will you do this, Tommy? Do me a favor. Tell my cousin, Ronnie Cooper, this ain't got nothing to do with his court date or his child support. Please tell him that so he can fill this paperwork out. Please.
Rodney, the information that we collect is covered by Title 13. Title 13 protects that data, that information for life. I will go to jail. I will get fined. I take a lifetime oath, and anybody at the Census Bureau that looks at your personal identifiable information, they have to have a reason to look at it. And when we release the statistics, the information is only released in aggregate. So it doesn't identify you. That information isn't shared with any other federal agencies, any other enforcement agencies, IRS, no one. That information is only used for statistical purposes, so decision makers at all levels of government can make informed decisions that will impact your life.
Yeah, I think everybody, that's perfect, man. Everybody has to fill out this form. It's 2020census.gov, everybody. Go there. Everybody fill it out, man. Let's get counted. If we get counted, we make more of these funds, these billions of dollars that's available over the next 10 years can come here more freely. We already in a dog fight. So, okay, I need everybody, fill out, go right now, 2020census.gov and fill it out. Michael Cook, thank you so much, sir.
I appreciate you, and it's important, and that it's their time to be counted. I appreciate you.
Coming up next, the nephew and today's prank phone call right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's my strawberry letter for today. Subject: my husband belongs to the streets. But right now, nephew in the building with today's prank phone call on this April Fool's Day. This is your day. This is your time to shine, Tommy. Your day right here.
You know, I like shining, Shirley, and I like calling men about their wives. You know what I'm saying? It's just something about it.
I just get this adrenaline inside. You know what I'm saying? Just call a man about his wife. Adrenaline. I like get that adrenaline level.
Adrenaline.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah, because I like when I can just break a man down to his knees because he can't handle it. All right? So this phone call is, your wife is fine as hell. That's the title of it right there. Your wife is fine as hell. You know? How does a man accept that when you hear that coming from another man? And that's what I get adrenaline off of it. Let's go, Kendra. Your wife is fine as hell.
How is he saying it like that, though?
Hello? Hello, I'm trying to reach Daryl. Yeah, this is Daryl. Who is this? Hey, Daryl, how you doing? My name is Alonzo, man. I work for a liquor distributing company. I do liquor distribution. How you doing today? I'm pretty good, man. What can I do for you? Hey, we're putting together a big event, man, with vodka, and they're throwing a huge pool party. And like I say, I'm in the liquor business, man. I've been doing it for quite some years now, and you know we're always trying to do different type of publicity and really get the hype up. And what we're trying to do, man, is really get people to come out to this fashion party because it's the first quarter of 2020. We want it to be one to remember. And I know. So you're trying to invite me out there? No. I go to the bank. I go to the bank where your wife works at, Kendra. And okay, what we're trying to do is we want our flyer and / poster to be something really, really memorable, something that's going to really draw people in. And you know, have this thing is going to be all over social media, the whole 9 yards. So we're trying to see. A buddy of mine told me he kind of knew of you or had a number on you, and I was like, cool. Let me reach out to him. He told me you were Kendra's husband. So I want. Yeah, I'm my husband. So I don't understand what my wife got to do with this whole thing. Okay, what I'm trying to do is see if you're cool with Kendra being on our flyer, man. Because your wife is fine as shit. So we want to put her on the flyer. What you mean my wife is fine as shit? What you mean? You gonna call me up and talk about my wife, fine? The is wrong with you? Brother, it's a respect thing, dog. I'm giving you props. It's props, man. I'm giving you props. Spit out what you need, man, because it don't sound right. Dude, we're trying to get your wife. We want to get her through a photo shoot in a bikini so we can put it. Whoa! Hell no! You ain't using my wife in no bikini to put on no flyer. You out your damn mind? That's my wife, man. Respect me. What's wrong with you? Okay. Hold on, man. Why you tripping like this, bro? Why you tripping like this? My wife ain't gonna be in no flyer for no party, man. What the you think this is? What the wrong with you? Okay, bro. You know what, man? I tried to call you and give you the respect. I mean, it don't sound like it. Well, okay. Look, I didn't call for no argument. I just talk to Kendra when I go to the bank tomorrow and see if she want to do it. You gonna go to my wife's job at the bank? That's what you gonna do? Okay. I'm just there because I'll be there too, and I'm gonna make a deposit with my foot in your ass. Go ahead. Okay. Hold on, man. We paying $5,000 for the photo session. Okay? I don't care what the you paying. No amount of money's gonna let me put my wife, the mother of my children, on no poster in no bikini. I don't care how much you paying. Kiss my ass before I let you do that. Okay, bro. Okay. So listen, Daryl, I ain't gonna really go back and forth with you, man. I was calling you trying to be a man. I feel the same way. Okay, well, I'm trying to be man to man with you and just, throw the opportunity at you. Now you throwing it back at me with disrespect. Opportunity for my wife to be a slut? Nah. No, I don't want none of that. Okay, man. No, your wife fine as hell. People are. Bro, you need to quit telling me how fine my wife is. Okay. Who the gave you my phone number in the first place? Dude, I got. Hey, man. Evidently, that's all null and void at this point. All right, that don't even matter at this point. The issue on the table is I want to take some pictures of Kendra. Let me know when you plan on going to my wife's job at the bank. Let me know when you're going to bring your black down there so I can be there, okay? Nobody calls another brother up talking about how fine his wife is, okay? I told you no. Now, you should have just stopped right there, but you're going to keep on talking about my wife. Okay, so let me say this, dog. Tommy is the one that said your wife was fine as hell. That's the one brought all this to our attention at the meeting. Tommy is the one that said your wife was fine as hell, dog. Tommy? Who the is Tommy?
Tommy said your wife is fine as hell. That's what.
Tommy can get his whooped too. Who is Tommy?
Don't you take your wife to work in the morning?
Let me know when you gonna bring your black down there.
Okay. Now what y'all be listening to on the way to work? What radio station y'all be listening to?
We be listening to. Are you kidding me?
Daryl, this Nephew Tommy, baby. Steve Harvey Morning Show. Your wife.
Tommy. You was about to get your ass whooped.
Hey, man, your wife, Kendra, got me to prank you, bruh.
Wait till I see. My wife ain't no good, man. See this? Got my blood pressure up.
Oh, man. She told me, she said, we listen to y'all every morning on the way to work. He drops me off, and he goes to work. She said, Tommy, you've got to get it. I said, well, you got to let me know. What do he love the most? She said, me.
That's right. I don't know about that right now after this call. Yeah, we love you, man.
Oh, man, we love you back, baby. Keep listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Tell me this, bro. What is the baddest radio show in the land, man? What is it, Daryl?
It's Steve Harvey with Nephew Tommy.
April Fools! Come on, man.
Play too
Y'all gotta
much.
get a prank or something. Sometimes y'all don't really gear it up for me the way I be wanting it, you know?
Sweet, what else should we? Yeah,
just
you're
don't-
the king of pranks. This is
Yeah,
your
I
day,
don't-
April Fools.
Yeah, this is my day.
yeah,
This
you
is
can't
this
keep
is
doing that.
this is like my second birthday. You know, this ain't my
about.
birthday, but this really, this is my day. So say hello to the fool, huh? Get a
Hello.
fool some.
Hello.
Get a fool
Great
some.
job, man. Way to
Thank
go, boy.
Ooh, you can
Thank you.
prank.
Nailed it, man.
Appreciate
You
it.
can prank.
Didn't I do it?
You, for it, boy.
You did
You
that.
did
You
it.
did the doggone
Thank
thing.
you.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
There's a voice I'm not hearing. Didn't I say get a fool some? Huh? Hello?
He grunted
I just don't see the need for
every day. I know.
Just carrying you down the street
Yeah.
on our shoulders
Right.
every
Man.
day. We ain't got to keep
And you
telling you
proving
that.
it.
But there are some fools out there that think that they want to try me. And I'm just letting them know.
Who?
I'm that fool. I don't.
Who? I've never heard anybody say they want to be Tommy.
Oh, now my spirits was real high.
That cut you deep.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's all right. That's
Be
all right.
nice, Steve.
You know what?
No,
Me and
I'm-
Jay gonna take it from here. Me
No.
and Jay gonna take it from here. We've teamed up together. It is called the T and J Coronavirus Stay at Home Comedy Show live. It jumps off April 1st, which is April Fool's Day. All right?
yeah.
It is the only comedy show that you can watch in your drawers or butt ass naked. That's
Don't
what
make
it
no
is.
difference to us. Neither way.
Okay?
Yes.
Jay, tell all the comics out there how they can send us their videos of them
your
doing comedy.
videos 2 minutes or less. 2 minutes or less. The T&J Stay at Home at gmail.com.
All right, thank you, nephew. Coming up, it's the Strawberry Letter. Subject, my husband belongs to the streets. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up, the one and only Stacy Abrams will be our special guest at 46 minutes after the hour. Time now for today's Strawberry Letter, and if you need advice on relationships, on dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now.
Buckle up. Hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the Strawberry Letter.
All right, thank you, nephew. My husband belongs to the streets. It says, Dear Stephen Shirley, I am a married woman in my mid-40s, and my husband is too. We've been together a total of 5 years, and we've been married 3 years. Early on, he explained that he had some medical issues that sometimes kept him from having sex. When we got married, we had only had sex once. But he had found other ways to please me, so I was happy and our marriage was great. I hoped and prayed that he could get his libido back and we could have sex have sex, like a real married couple. My husband, my hopes and prayers were shattered recently, and I found out he had been lying to me for 5 years. I got a call from a woman saying she has been seeing my husband for over a year, and she found out that he has a wife. I was curious to know if they had been having sex, and she told me that my husband is a beast in the bedroom and that he is the main thing. That's the main thing that got her so hooked on him. She told me that he has several girls that he messes around with, and he tells everyone he is single. After the call, I decided not to say anything until I could prove it to myself. I started noticing that he keeps his phone close to him all the time, and he works late a lot, and he's been hanging out with his boys on the weekend more. These were things that never stood out before. I even drove past a woman's house one night and saw his car there, but I still haven't confronted him. He didn't want me sexually, but he wanted to marry me and share his life with me? Please help me make sense of this. I love him and I don't want to end my marriage, but this is a major blow to my self-esteem. What's wrong with me? How should I handle this? Wow. First of all, you know what? Don't blame yourself. Do not do that. I mean, we as women seem to always blame ourselves when things go wrong in our marriage. And that's not to say that, sometimes we don't have something to contribute to the fact that our marriage may be going wrong or it may be ending, but don't be so quick to blame yourself, okay? There are two people in this marriage, clearly. And this is an awful situation you're in. You said you've known him for 5 years. You've been married for 3. Early on in the marriage, he told you that he had medical issues and that, he may not be able to perform. Did you question him at any point? If anything, perhaps you could be blamed. I don't want to use that term because it's so harsh, but because you didn't really question him. I mean, what did he say his medical issues were? Was he making moves to get help? Was he under a doctor's care? I'm just a bit surprised that you didn't go more there with him. Maybe you thought, like a lot of women, that he would change after you guys got married. Clearly, that did not happen. It seems like you got less sex after you guys got married. But when the woman called, you found out that he was really, really, really not giving it to you, but he was giving it to her and a whole bunch of other women, according to her. So you haven't confronted him yet. What are you holding on to this information for? What do you think or hope is going to happen if you don't talk to him about it? I mean, he's cheating on you. He's not the person he said he was. The only thing maybe, nothing about him is real. He lied. You got to confront him at some point. You got to get to the truth. Because your whole marriage is a sham. Your whole marriage is a sham. And I know you don't want to deal with this, even though you said, you still love him. You've fallen into someone you think he is. That's not who he is. You have to get to the bottom of that. You have to have a conversation with him. And there's no time like the present. Steve?
I don't understand the letter. This entire letter is written by sister. I got to tell you that you just in denial. This entire letter is about denial. You've been together 5 years, been married 3. He explained to me that he has some medical issues that sometimes kept him from having sex. Yeah, the medical issue is he can't drive between these houses fast enough. That's the damn medical issue. He can't get his foot to mash on that gas pedal and get his reflexes to time these lights to get back to the house and all this here. When we got married, we only had sex once, but he found other ways to please me. That's because he had to save up. So I was happy our marriage was great. I hoped and prayed he would get his libido back and we could have sex like a real couple. Well, you got your dreams shattered recently. You found out he been lying to you for 5 years. Ooh. Got a call from this lady saying she been seeing your husband for over a year. And she finally found out that he got a wife. Then this is the woman in you now, and I understand. I was curious to know if they had been having sex.
Sex.
He's a beast.
He a beast.
Say that again, Steve.
Having sex. He a beast. Him and him bringing it. I'm slave love.
Wow.
Captured. Can't go. We quarantine love.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, I'll finish the letter when we come back. But it ain't gonna be good, man. I'm sorry.
Nah. All right, you heard him, Steve. We'll have part 2 of your response coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. Subject of today's Strawberry Letter, my husband belongs to the streets. We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, come on, let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. My husband belongs to the streets. Woo.
The end of the letter says, please help me make sense of this. I love him. I don't want to end my marriage. But this is a major blow to my self-esteem. What's wrong with me? How should I handle this? Well, first of all, let's get out of denial. Your husband lied to you about having a libido problem. So before y'all got married, he only got married. Y'all only had sex once, and he moved in. But he found other ways to pleasure you, and he knew he could, and that would satisfy you. You were hoping he'd get his libido back, like it's a magic trick or something, and he can get it back. Well, he didn't need it back because he was using it all over town. So you got a call from this lady saying she been seeing your husband for a year and finally found out he had a wife. Then you was curious to know if they had been having sex. What? What the anger at?
Yeah.
You seeing my husband? Are y'all having sex? He a beast. Dropping it hard, he a beast.
That's my favorite.
Him in here bringing it. Wall to wall, we knocking lamps off the stand. Come and get it, don't stop, bring it with it.
Anyway. Crazy.
And said that's the main thing that got us so hooked on him. And then she told him that he got several girlfriends that he mess around with, and he tell everybody he's single. Now here where the letter get real cloudy. After the call, I decided not to say nothing. What? Wait. Are you black? This cannot be a sister. It cannot be a sister. After the phone call, I decided not to say nothing. Only reason the sister ain't saying that is she busy loading the rifle.
Yeah.
Other than that, they got something for you. I decided not to say nothing. And get this next line, until I could prove it to myself.
What is she waiting on?
Wait a minute, what does that mean? I decided not to say nothing until I could prove it to myself. But you already got the proof, because listen to this. I started noticing that he keeps his phone close to him all the time. Didn't I tell you at the top of the letter, this is a letter about denial? He keeps his phone close to him all the time. He works late a lot, but y'all ain't got no more damn money, though. He worked late a lot, but ain't no more damn money. He's been hanging out with his boys on the weekend more. His boys? Where they women at? Y'all said you're in your 40s. All my boys got women. They can't hang out all the damn time. He's been hanging out with his boys. There were things that never stood out before because you was in denial. He been doing this the whole time. He been hanging out with his boys. He been working late. He been keeping that phone strapped to his thigh. He been doing this the whole time. You never noticed it till that lady called. Here, I even drove past the woman's house one night and saw his car there. What?
Wow.
And he could drive his car after that?
Right.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wasn't the police ain't get involved at this point?
No gunshots in the car.
Ain't nobody had to call nobody. Ain't nobody when to get busted out.
Right. Man.
But I still haven't confronted him. The car was in the driveway.
I'm saying.
He didn't want me
obituaries.
sexually. Now, here the teaching part. He didn't want me sexually, but he wanted to marry me and share his life with me. No, he needed a home base.
Hello.
He needed a place to
man.
set up his operation, sister. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break this to you. He's a dog-ass dude. He needed one woman who would let him freely hang out with his boys, say he working late, walk around with his phone on him and all this here, and all of this here, and have all these women, and believe that he had a libido problem. He needed that, so then he could have a home base to set up his operation from, and you happen to be it. And you're probably a really, really great woman, a really, really good woman. You just been taken advantage of. Please help me make sense of this. There is no sense to this. Your dude is a dog. Now, here's the part that you're going to have to come to terms with. I love him, and I don't want to end my marriage. Let me help you understand something. You do not have a marriage. You're married to him, but he's not married to you in any way. Sexually, financially, commitment-wise, nothing. He's not married to you. Now, your marriage been over with, but this is a major blow to my... What's wrong with me? Get out of denial, pick yourself up, realize that this is not your fault, and you have every right to move on with your life.
Wow.
Well said.
He's not going to change.
Good job, huh?
Post your comments on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and Facebook. And check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Now, coming up at 46 minutes after the hour, she is here. It's time to get serious. Democrat politician Stacey Abrams will be our special guest right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Hey, listen, everybody. As promised, we got a very, very special guest on the phone. This is all in line with what we've been talking about in keeping with the National Census Day 2020. Our very special guest is here today. She is the former Democratic leader in the Georgia House of Representatives, the 2018 Democratic nominee for governor of Georgia, and the founder of Fair Fight Action and Fair Count. Well, today she's joining us to tell us about Fair Count and how it'll impact the community for this year's census. Please welcome back to the show, everybody, the Honorable Stacey Abrams.
Woohoo!
Welcome.
Yes.
Morning.
Thank you. I hope everyone is staying safe and that our thoughts and prayers remain with those on the front lines.
Yeah. It's some challenging times, but we're looking for the upside.
Absolutely. Well, I'm here to tell you that today is National Census Day, and it's a day where we can start to get access to money and power for 2021 and beyond.
Say that again. We get access to money and power?
Yes. So census data is used to allocate $1.5 trillion every year for the next 10 years. It's used to allocate 435 congressional members, and it's used to draw all the political lines from school board to city council to county commissioner to state legislator all the way up to Congress. So that's money and that's power.
Yeah.
It is.
And it's not hard to imagine why people are scared of census, because we only talk about it once every 10 years. And when we do, it's with this urgency, and it's often without good information. So first and foremost, the census is confidential. The information you turn in cannot be used for 72 years. So if you've got a warrant, if you owe somebody some money, any information you give, they can't use the census to find you. I'm 46. I cannot see a census that I'm included in. And so there are 4 of them I would have been included in so far. I can't see a single one of those. Number 2, if you have a utility bill or a cell phone, they can already find you. The census is about making sure they count you and you get allocated the resources that you deserve. Because what the census says is, here's the community you live in, here's the race that you're a part of or the ethnicity, here's your age group, and here's your income bracket. And so when we're allocating money for roads and bridges or for SNAP or for hospital beds, they need to know who lives where and the composition of the community. And if you see good communities or communities with nice things getting nicer and communities that are struggling getting worse, it's because the communities that struggle tend not to respond. Wow. And so every 10 years, they lose not only the money that time, but that's on top of the money they lost the last time.
Wow.
And the communities that get better, it's the money they've already gotten, and then they get more money because the money doesn't disappear. It just gets reallocated. So it's money and it's political power.
Stacey, hang on one second. We're going to come back. We got a few more questions we're going to ask her so we can get fully informed, so we can participate. Everybody's got to participate in 2020 census, okay? We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, everybody, we're back with Stacey Abrams as our special guest this morning. Yes. She hasn't implemented the Fair Count Initiative, and it provides resources to the community to find out what this is. So it's a couple of things I want to talk to you about the faith-based community partnerships, the initiative that you have, and then I want to talk about the most underserved population in the census program are black men. Let's talk about those two things.
Sure. So I launched Fair Count at the same time that I started Fair Fight. Fair Fight was because I knew we had to pay attention to access to voter protection, and Fair Count is because I know the census is the most effective and the most dangerous tool that we don't pay attention to. Because the story that is told in 2020 is the story that gets repeated between 2021 all the way through 2030. And we know that 1.7 million black people are likely to not be counted in 2020. That's more than $3 billion per year lost to our communities. So $30 billion taken from our communities. And black men are the hardest community to count because often they are the most distrustful of the census, and they are the least likely to be contacted. And so Fair Count launched Black Men Count. And we've been working across the country, specifically in the South, but everywhere, trying to make sure that black men know that if they get counted in the census, the resources go directly to their communities. But we also know that the faith community is the best truth tellers that we have. And so we started with an initiative where we have an app. So if you go to faircount.org, we have an app for pastors who are trying to communicate with their flock. If you work with us to make sure they fill out the census, we can work with you to make sure they pay their tithes. But we're also doing work to ensure that in communities that didn't have access to the internet, we've installed more than 135 Wi-Fi units across Georgia. Now, with shelter in place, that's not as useful, but we know shelter in place will end, and we want to make sure that those communities have access to the internet, because this is the first time that 80% of the census will be conducted online.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really important.
It's power.
So
It is
listen to
power.
me. What Ms. Abrams is telling us, we've got to get super on top of everything. We got to get this out on our social media platforms. We got to make this important to young people. You got to make this important to your grandparents. This has to be important to everybody because it's never been really explained to us this way. No one has really explained it this thoroughly. Now, I mean, Michael Cook did a great job, don't get me wrong. And so, listen, everybody. Now, last question for you, Ms. Abrams. The census website that Michael Cook gave out to us, 2020census.gov, do you still find your information there?
Yes. So there are three ways to fill out the census. So if you go online, you may have gotten a form in the mail already. Some folks aren't checking their mail, but it's there. But if you don't have the form they sent, you can go to 2020census.gov. You can also call 1-844-330-2020, and you can fill it out by phone. And for rural communities, and we have to know in the South about a third, in Georgia, for example, a third of rural communities are black. So we can't leave out rural communities, and a lot of us come from families that still live in rural communities. They have delayed the hand delivery of their packets until April 15th, and that might get pushed back even further. And so part of what I want people to remember is we can't just think about it on Census Day. We've got to think about it through the end of the year, through the time they stop the census. Because if we don't, they're going to do what's called imputation. Imputation is when they decide to guess, or they essentially impute what the race of the people are, depending on who the majority of the community are. So if you're in an area that gets gentrified, or if you're in an area where you're in the minority, it is likely that they will just guess that you are white. And that's how white people get overcounted and black people and brown people get undercounted.
All right, we're changing that this year.
We should.
If you don't have internet access, here's the phone number.
844-330-2020.
We want to ask you a couple of questions.
Yeah. Sure. No problem.
Ms. Abrams. So stick around. We'll be right back with more the Honorable Stacey Abrams right after this show.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, we're back, everybody. We've got Honorable Stacey Abrams with us today, and we've been talking about the Census Bureau. I just want to get a couple of your thoughts here.
Come on. Go
ahead,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
A couple of your thoughts.
The political climate today in this country, what we could do better during this time right here. Do you have thoughts on that?
Absolutely. I think, unfortunately, the Trump administration has fumbled the response, and that for the last 40 years, we have watched the Republican Party in particular denigrate and speak ill of government officials, speak ill of the role that bureaucracies play in our lives. But what's happening right now is that we need our bureaucracies to work. And when you sequester their funding, when you cut them, when you slash their spending, and when you slash their staffing, it becomes harder, especially when you're cutting public health investments. And that's part of what we're seeing happening here. And so one thing I encourage everyone to do is to make sure you're asking not only your federal leaders, but your state leaders to pledge to invest in public health, because COVID-19 is just the first round. We're going to face new and different diseases in the future, and we don't know what's going to happen, which is why we've got to be prepared for anything. The other thing I would say is that we have to be prepared for our elections. If we want different leadership, I personally am a Democrat, if we want different leadership, we have to have safe and secure elections, and that's why we need the next stimulus package to include the full funding of vote by mail and safe in-person voting so that every eligible voter in America gets to be heard in November so we get the leadership we deserve in January.
We'll be right back with more Honorable Stacey Abrams right after this show.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, everybody, we're back with Stacey Abrams as our special guest this morning.
Yes.
Great job.
While we have her.
Just one last question.
Anything else?
Listen, would there be any possibility that you would be open to accepting the offer as a running mate in the presidential campaign this year? If Joe Biden said, Miss Abrams, would you join me in this fight? How would you feel about that?
I would be honored, and I would say yes.
Yeah.
Let me say this. I've been getting this question since last year, and during a primary, at the beginning, when I was figuring out what I needed to do, my answer was, you don't run for second place in a primary. But I also said, if people listen to the whole clip, was I would be honored to serve as a running mate. I get a little bit of flack because people think that I'm being too ambitious and obnoxious by answering this question this way. But as a black woman, as a woman of color, and as a woman, I believe that it's my responsibility to live my patriotism. And my patriotism says that you don't pretend you don't want to serve. There's nothing noble about being falsely humble. What's noble is being willing to do the work to serve the people, and that's what I'm committed to, and that's what I would love to do, and I'd be honored to do that with the nominee for the Democratic Party.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's
brilliant.
Yes, Steve.
Well, that's
Brilliant.
all you need.
I vote, yeah.
You ran an amazing race here in Georgia, and you were everything the public really wanted, man. It was just amazing the race you ran, your platforms, the way you articulated it, the way you presented yourselves in terms of a plan. I think that's very much needed. Congratulations on. We'll just see what happens. We don't know what's going to happen, but as long as it's Joe Biden, I'm cool. And just as a Democrat, my whole life, I just wish that Democrats fought like the Republicans fight, because they fight dirty, man.
Well, I would say I don't think we have to fight dirty, but we do have to fight smart. We know how to win elections. When Democrats do the right thing, when we organize, when we fight back against voter suppression, when we invest in every community and we don't cherry pick the people we're going to talk to, when we recognize that black voters are more than just an add-on, when we invest in our communities early, when we treat them with respect, we win. That's how we won in 2008 and in 2012. It's how we won over and over again in 2018. My campaign, even though we didn't get the prize, we turned out more voters than any Democrat in the history of Georgia. And so if we run smart campaigns, we don't have to fight dirty. We can be the good people, and we can win our elections, but we've got to be willing to fight hard and fight smart.
Well
Thank you so
said.
much for
Yes.
taking that road. I'm going to go. I'm good. Hey, thank you for, hey, everybody. Stacey Abrams, everybody. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Thank
Yeah.
Coming up, it's our last break of the day, and we'll have some closing remarks from the one and only Steve Harvey at 49 minutes after, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, here we are, last break of the day. Time for Steve's closing remarks.
Okay. Today, Tommy sent me something. Sent me a caption that I'm going to keep, because I oftentimes keep quotes in my motivational folder in my photo stream. And I just look at them from time to time when I'm feeling a certain kind of way. Sometimes I just need a little uplift myself, you know. And Tommy sent me this today, and I'm going to share it with you. And it's going to cause me to expound on it a bit, because it's something I really do believe in. It says, do not ask God to guide your footsteps if you're not willing to move your feet. Do not ask God to guide your footsteps if you're not willing to move your feet. You know, folks, it's very simple. God can put his finger on something to bless if you give him something to put his finger on. But you can't ask God to do something and you're making no effort. Lord, help me get a job, but you ain't putting in no application. Lord, help me do right, but all you ever want to do is wrong. You're just committed to wrong. You know, you got to make a move in the right direction. You know, faith without works is dead. So what Tommy sent me, do not ask God to guide your footsteps if you're not willing to move your feet, is something all of us are guilty of it from time to time. Sometimes we get complacent. Sometimes we just get to feeling sorry for ourselves. You know, oh man, I guess it ain't meant to be. Oh Lord, what now? You know, look, man, you can complain your way through life if you want to, but you really have to make an attitude adjustment. You got to get two things moving, your attitude and your feet. Those two things have to get moving. You got to start taking steps. You may not know the way how to get to the finish line, but the finish line is somewhere, it ain't where you at. The finish line is never where you're standing. So you got to start taking some steps. And once again, you may not know all the steps necessary to get to the tape, but you got to start the process, man. So like the caption says, stop asking God to guide your footsteps if you ain't willing to move your feet. You got to put it into motion. Look, it's just a dream when you're thinking about it. But you got to put your dreams to work. Motivation is when your dreams put on work clothes. You got to take your dreams and put work clothes on them, man. You got to start stepping in the right direction. You've got to make a move towards the light. You've got to step towards the finish line. You've got to start to get to where you're trying to get to. You got to get to go. You got to go to get. Period. You cannot stay there. Wherever you're trying to get to can't be right where you at. It can't be. It can't be. I give you, look, this is a silly example. But let's say your family reunion is in Wyoming, which I know it's not. That's why I said it. And you drive to Wyoming. When you get to Wyoming and you reach Wyoming, the state of Wyoming, you still got to do something. Because where's the family reunion at? You just can't go to Wyoming. Well, I'm here, Lord. You here, you where? You even when you get to where you say you're going, you got to move around. Let's say you get to the park where you're holding the family reunion. And you get to the park. Once you get to the park, what? You got to do something? You gonna play softball, volleyball, you gonna sit on the tree, play domino, you gonna barbecue, you gonna make lemonade. You constantly gotta be doing something. There is no, when you get there, you there, and there is no more movement required. There's movement required throughout your life, because wherever you're trying to get to, it ain't where you at. I can promise you that. It's never where you at. I'm doing very well in my life. It ain't where I'm going. How would I be just, I'm here now, this it? This it? What? No more dreams, Steve, no more visions. You want nothing else. You here. This it for you. And it doesn't matter to me that people look at me and go, man, you got all this. I don't even see what you tripping for. I ain't tripping. I just want to be more than I am. I'm really trying to be a better person. I really, really am. I'm not content with the person I am. I could improve. I could actually be a better person. So I'm in the process. God ain't through with me yet. He working on me. I'm trying. I'm better than I used to be. But I'm still got my feet moving. So I'm asking God to guide my steps. But I got my feet moving, man. Stop asking God to guide your footsteps if you ain't willing to move your feet. Can't happen. It's what you want. Come on, man. Stop that. You're being unreasonable to God. Guiding your footstep and moving your feet down the path, that's two different things. You got to do that. You make one step, he'll make two. So if you don't make the one, you cannot expect him to make the two. He can touch you and bless you, but you got to give him something to bless. You got to do something. Can't sit at the house watching TV. That's it. Stop asking God to guide your footsteps if you're not willing to move your feet. Thank you, Tommy. Those are my closing remarks.
Drop it.
Okay.
Boom.
Now that actually sounded like a mic.
I'm asking God to move your feet.
That was encouraging. Yeah. Good way to start the day. Keep it going.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Have a great weekend, too. I'll be working. I'll be working whenever it gets here.
Wednesday. Yes. For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.